It's got light sexual content. Very light. Yeah, BioWare style. I think the music's all original. So I am going to make a poll. And my question for everyone is, whether or not you were here the first time, should we start over or continue from where we left off? Because we are moving to Friday now. This is the first time we're doing this on Friday. So it might make sense to just start over. We're not that far in. This is a kissing game, PG. That's a good way to describe it.
Right.
All right.
I'm making dinner. It is the
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Can everyone hear the fellows in chat? And yeah, I think we're going to keep male protagonist.
Are we starting over
Unless
from the
people
beginning
really
so
want...
that everyone is
Well, we have a vote right now, and it's 5 and 5 tied. We have 5 votes to start over and 5 votes to not start over.
Secretly, I'm also here.
Chat, let us know about Skype people and Skype volume and how that's working out.
Honestly,
people
I
and
think,
adjusting
I think
all
we
that.
can catch up really quickly. If
Yeah.
we start over, and
I'd
just
be
don't
okay with
take
starting over.
votes and just do the same choices. I'm fine with starting over.
Other people
Yes,
are quieter than me. Let me fix that.
I have
In what
muted my
universe am I
stream
ever
so as
quieter
to
than you?
not
Is that
have
better?
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Testing.
test.
Testing. Each knee
How
sound.
does that sound? How do I compare to them?
Connie McMahon. Oh, is that you, Kinu?
Yes, Kinu is joining us today, in fact.
I don't think I've actually added you on Skype. Let me.
No, you haven't.
Let me do that.
In what universe am I ever quieter than Quakerin? That's just wrong.
Well, you gotta adjust the volume and Skype independently and all that.
Does... Well, I'm not the one recording this time, so I...
Yeah, I'm the one recording, so the setup's totally different from on Kinu's stream.
Yeah. I imagine lowering my Skype volume wouldn't do much of anything.
Yeah, I've got my Skype volume at max right now. So I may need to turn myself down.
Let's see if there's an
Are they
option.
not loud enough? Should I turn myself down?
Manage audio devices. Properties.
It's probably on auto volume for you in Skype, which is not a bad way to go. I think probably better to handle it on my end.
Ah!
How
unless
am I? Am I a good
unless it's a
volume?
misbalance between the three of you. If one of you is too quiet, then maybe you should go louder. But Kinu is a little quiet according to R. So yeah, Kinu, if you can bump it up a little.
I tried. Okay.
You want to join in as well, Colbo?
I boosted the microphone levels in my computer's just straight up settings. I don't know if that...
My Skype is quake.rin.
Your microphone seems to be working fine. It's worth double check, and that the volume is high enough. Options.
How am I? Am I good?
You sound about the same volume as Kinu to me, anyway.
Yeah, everyone sounds the same to me, but, you know.
Oh there. You were in the wrong call. Let me add you, and then I'll add you to the group call. Sorry, hang on. I'm dealing with adding Colbo.
Oh, are you like Samson, Razio? Is that it? Is that the deal? You have amazing powers, but if anyone ever hears your voice, you just suddenly lose them?
Yep. That's really common thing, I find, surprisingly.
All of my powers are completely inassailable. I've got it pretty good, frankly.
And Tights just sent me a contact request. I just have so many friends.
Don't you? Isn't it wonderful having friends?
Absolutely. You know what's even more wonderful?
You're not in the call, Colbo. I invited you to it, but you're not showing up in it.
Also, for that matter, you turn off the sound on the hitbox stream because, well, if you don't, it will cause an infinite feedback loop where it's just
that's always true. I have to, even if we're just playing Fibbage and I'm not even talking.
Yes, I am just stating that.
Oh, just letting chat know.
Yes. If you don't turn the hitbox sound off, you'll destroy the universe. And do you really want to go down in history as the person who destroyed the universe? No, you don't.
Looks like Colbo has managed to join us. Are you there? I haven't heard you say anything.
Yeah,
Oh, there you go.
I'm right here.
You would literally be worse than Hitler if you did that.
Yes. You are a little bit quiet, Colbo. And am I pronouncing your name right?
Close enough.
Feel free to let me know how to say it. But if you can raise your volume, that would be great.
No, Skull. We can't turn the universe into a skeleton. I'm sorry. That's just not how matter works.
But can we destroy the universe just the parts of the universe that are not the skeleton?
How do you figure that the universe has a skeleton to begin with?
Everything has
everything has a skeleton.
Sometimes it's just more of a metaphorical skeleton.
Well, how do you define skeleton?
So I lowered myself. Let me know if I'm too low now. By the way, it looks like we are starting over.
How do you define skeleton?
It's a concept, it's a phrase, it's a thing that punches fuckboys. So very much we might all be skeletons.
Excuse me? A thing that punches fuckboys?
Do you not know about that?
The phrase is unfamiliar to me, I won't lie.
Also, let me know, how's the volume from Lauren? How's that music volume compared to the rest of us?
Amazing.
Yes, brilliant orchestral soundtrack.
Brilliant orchestral soundtrack, gotten royalty free from some website.
You're gonna wait to join in, Titan? Alright.
Honestly, it was probably Kevin MacLeod.
When your character shows up, I'll get you in.
Kevin MacLeod.
You're not hearing the music at all? Let me raise that.
Kevin MacLeod is a guy who makes like a bajillion million songs and then makes them completely free for people to use as long as they credit him. Kevin MacLeod is a pretty sweet dude.
Oh yeah, I think I've heard of him. How's that volume? The music.
Some of his music was in my favoriteest dating sim ever, Hottiful Boyfriend.
Oh, Hottiful.
Which is still amazing. I don't care what anyone says. It's better than this game.
But does Hottiful
I really have no doubt that it is.
It does.
Yeah, like I was about to say, I know that's not a very high bar, but you know.
Louder music? Is that what you guys are saying? So here's the thing. We don't want to have more than 4 people as the regular thing, and maybe up to 5. So we will rotate people. Titan, myself, and Misty call dibs, basically. So we're the permanent panel unless one of us feels like bowing out. The fourth will rotate, and we may have a fifth sometimes.
Right.
If you want to send me your Skype on Steam or something, Skull, I'll add you so we're ready for the future, if you like.
So we're not voting. So we're no longer voting on choices because
We are no. I think we're just going to do what we did before. Is the compromise? Because it was 6-5, so we'll start over, but we'll pick the same choices.
Excellent.
So before we start, one last check on sound. Actually, it looks like Kalbo has disappeared. Kalbo is gone.
into the ether.
Kalbo, are you coming back? Or should we get Titan in here?
Into the ether he goes. Where he stops, nobody knows.
Is that all the voices, or the voices besides me? Okay, Kinu and Misty are still quiet. I'm at a good volume. Everyone else is too quiet. Alright. Skype not go any higher.
Hello, testing. 1, 2, 3.
Let me turn my mic down. I'm literally turning my mic down as low as it goes.
Let's see, audio settings. Can I set my mic up a little more? Maybe.
Okay, can you still hear me?
Ah.
I still hear? Can you?
Hello? I can hear you.
Hi.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Okay.
you.
Because I set it to 1. I was.
Hello.
All right, how's that
Okay.
volume balance for you?
So,
Nice.
if I'm still coming in soft, I've just figured out how to adjust my microphone level, so maybe I can.
Oh, actually, I think. Okay. That a little bit louder. Say something.
Hello.
Skype is a trick.
I'm a smidge on the quiet. All right, I'm at 1 right now, so I'm gonna try bumping that up to. I don't know, 3.
Look
Try
at
3.
Saren's manly abs.
Very manly. It's true.
Please don't stare at my abs. Thank you.
Why not?
This is a uniform. Please don't.
How do I sound now? I just changed the setting in Skype, and that may have just changed everything, possibly.
Oh dear.
Possibly for the better. Hopefully for the better.
Here's a-
How's my volume, chat? I sound good? Same volume as everyone else? We're all even?
Testy test McTesterson.
Yee!
My Skype is quake.rin. So Kalbo is not on anymore. Kalbo, do you want to try and come back? Or should we just get Titan in here?
Play the soul guitar from 9 till 1:30. Just trying to make a living watching everybody else having fun.
Alright, Titan, you good to come back to the call?
Titan has
Or
been
do you need to
deemed-
deal with something?
Okay.
Okay,
Titan's-
just give me
Titan's
give me a ring on Skype when you're ready to join in.
Titan's character doesn't come till a little later, so he could he doesn't have to come back on right now.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Okay. Let me just accept Skull's contact request. Okay. And Skull, do you really wanna do it now? We can add you since Kalbo has left. Or you could do it sometime in the future. What do you want to do? Now or future?
Hey guys, PlayStation Flash sale.
Cool.
Actually, the
Breath-
PlayStation Flash sale is really good because like half the Wild Arms games are being sold.
Ooh, which ones?
1 and 2.
1 is a good game. 2 is worth it, if only for the fact that it has literally the worst translation out of any game I have ever seen. And I mean worst as in, wow. I'm laughing again just thinking about it.
All right, we've got a skull in the call.
That worked.
You're very quiet, though.
Hello.
That's louder. That's better.
Oh, okay. I think that worked.
I will bury your everything. Your tombstone will read your everything, is a verbatim line from Wild Arms 2.
Wow.
It's a great thing to have on a tombstone.
One of my favorite lines would be surrender or die in obscurity. Final
Animals
Fantasy
have
Tactics right there.
God.
Okay,
So,
I think we're ready to kick this off, get this started.
Let's get this party started.
So for those who were not there the first time, this is Lauren, the Amazon Princess. It is made by the same fellow who goes by the company name of Winterwolves, despite being one person. It was the next game, I believe, made after Planet Stronghold. So you will see a lot in common with Planet Stronghold. The gameplay, however, is massively, massively improved. It's actually, I would say, extraordinarily competent.
You know,
So-
it's playable. It is a game.
It is
and it
very
functions.
playable.
It
it is
functions.
a
It's
video
so
But does it
game.
have? But I don't remember. Does it have Babby mode or not?
There are difficulty modes. Easy is pretty easy, so it doesn't have baby mode, but easy is close enough. We've got suggestive content. Obviously, that's on.
Yes, we must see Lauren's incredible cleavage.
Yes, we
Excuse
can't
me, I
miss
think
that.
only-
Long if we get at least some sort of experience.
I think.
Oh,
I
we're
think
in
the
for an
only-
experience. All right.
The
Only
only
those.
cleavage we're interested in is Saren's glorious man cleavage.
Glorious. So we can play standard or tactics. We decided last time to go with standard, and I think we'll stick with standard. Tactics just means that we start with more skills and spells, etc., but we level slower. So let's not do that. Let's go with standard.
No, thanks.
Tactical.
Bye, Colby.
Inside the monastery, there is only one lit room at this late hour. Just enough light to see the empty pages of a thick book. A hooded monk leans over the desk inside with a quill in hand. I am the monk. I am here to write a tale so epic that I cannot sleep until it is told.
I no-scoped a guy today.
So here I write, the tale of the Amazon princess, Lauren. I start this tale from the very beginning, back in a time when the world was blissfully unaware of the turmoil to come. We begin high in the mountains, deep in a mighty fortress. A sword slices the head of a training dummy clean off, and it falls in pieces around the feet of a tall, raven-haired woman. Every morning, the servants would mend the training equipment so that it may be destroyed again by their princess's hand during the next training session. One sword was not enough for this fierce warrior, no. She considered a shield dead weight and an empty hand a death wish. Princess Lauren would only fight with a sword in each hand.
Dual wield.
Where are the other dummies? You want to take that skull?
Oh, slave.
I'm giving you the bit parts because most of the early rolls were already decided from last time.
There are none left, my grace.
Very good. Was that skull or was that Kinu?
That was me.
That's what I thought. Are you there, Skull, or is the connection a
I am
little?
there.
You
I
are
think-
quiet. If there's any way you could raise your microphone somehow.
I generally put my mouth like right in front of my microphone, and apparently that makes it somewhat louder.
Yeah, I can hear it when you do that.
I have to hold my microphone from my mouth because it's attached to my headset.
Yeah, it's a bit problematic, but we'll see.
You
We'll
just
see how it
tape it there.
goes. Lots of pops. You may need a better microphone for this
Yeah.
to work. We'll have to.
Also,
We'll try a bit longer. I'm not
Muting
just
it
going to kick
and
you
unmuting
out.
it.
But she was displeased to learn that her training would end so early today. She crossed her arms and stared down her attending servants. Then perhaps one of you should fetch a sword. The slaves gulped in unison after having witnessed what damage their princess could do. But before anyone could move, the piercing cry of a griffin fell from the skies. Thank you. Just then, a messenger ran into the training grounds, panting for breath. Kinu or Skull, feel free to take that.
I took the last bit part. You can have this one.
Skull?
Princess Lauren, the captain, she's arrived. Alone, Your
It's a
Majesty.
windstorm.
Yeah, and there's a windstorm. So, Skull, I hate to kick you out, and I'm not kicking you out. If you want to stay, you can. But I think you should at least do some fiddling with your microphone, or see if you can get the settings working better before sticking around for this.
Yeah, I'll try something else eventually.
So, yeah. So, I mean, if you want to leave the call, I guess you can stay, but probably best if you don't read any characters, because it does sound like you're in a wind tunnel, is the thing. So,
Well, yeah, I can probably just leave the call for now then.
all right. Well, we'll have you in chat.
All right.
And you're always welcome in the future, as long as we get the sound working.
Hey, Princess Lauren, the captain, she is returned.
Oh, great!
See?
Here you see, Miss. Lauren broke into a run. She ran as fast as she could to the main square inside the citadel. The Amazon scouts had landed with their griffins just as she arrived. The captain of the guards, Breza, looked extremely grave as she approached her. Lauren knew instantly that the news the scouts carried would not be a routine report. Titan, you did Breza originally. She will be a character that's coming back later in the story. Do you want to continue doing her and get in on the call now, or should I give her to Kinu? Alright, you want her, Kinu?
Sure. Your Majesty.
Tell me. The scout stepped forward and placed a hand over her heart in salute. Queen Karen has been lost. Lauren's face paled.
That doesn't look very pale.
She disappeared into the night. As of now, we do not know what happened to her.
There's not a trace. We searched high and low, Your Majesty. She's not in Amazon territory.
And we have no choice in this matter. With the Queen lost, Princess Lauren must become our new Queen.
No, my mother is still alive and still the Queen. She is not dead. You did not find her body. Searching for her must be our top priority. Now, apparently, Breza is a Valley Amazon.
Your Highness, you know that it is against law to leave the Citadel. Your mother's fate is too uncertain.
That is precisely why we must try to find her. I will search for her myself if I have to. Her hard glare challenged anyone to say otherwise. New quest! Find Queen Karen.
Wowzers!
We just discovered our first quest. Quests give
Wowzers!
experience points. My goodness, this is amazing.
Wowzers!
Experience. Oh, if we click the Q key, we can see our quests. We have a quest.
Wowzers!
Find the Amazon Queen. Hooray!
Wowzers!
You can also manage our party. That's a thing that we can do.
Wowzers!
Your Highness.
Breza looked conflicted.
Your mother appointed me as the enforcer of Amazon law, and I must decree that if you leave the Citadel, you forfeit all support from the Amazons.
What?
When you abandon the Citadel, you abandon your title. That is what the Great Mothers dictated.
Lauren took in a deep breath. She would be denied the armory, the military, or even access to the royal treasury. Then so it must be. I will find my mother by myself.
Lauren?
Reza closed her mouth and looked to her side.
Majesty?
Do not apologize, Commander. You are doing your duty, and the Queen will honor that when she returns.
The Amazons may not be able to help you, but we will give you a promising individual who will aid you.
The monk pauses for a moment, looking at what was just written before continuing.
That was totally necessary.
That was 100% necessary. And that is how it all began. Lauren is a powerful fighter, but lacks healing skills. That's okay. Okay, so we already know we're playing as Saren. These are actually two different characters, not just a male-female choice.
Yeah.
Saren is a human male. He has been a slave his entire life, born from a captured Imperial soldier. Eleanor is a female elf, and she traded her freedom for protection.
I think
from
everyone knows
something.
that elves suck and are the worst, so it should be obvious why we're picking Saren.
It's also the romance choices.
It's
Eleanor
also-
would be able to romance the queen of the Amazons.
Spoiler!
Spoiler, she's alive. And Saren can romance... You know what? I forget, but does... Oh, he can romance Draco, is who he can romance. And we want to romance Draco. We do need to kiss all the boys, as Titan would say. So, as we decided last time, we're going to stick with that choice. We are playing as Saren.
Razio, I hate all elves. I am a giant elf racist.
I'm the opposite. I love elves, but anyway. So, we could be a warrior or a thief. The thing is, regardless of this choice, our main character is a healer. Every character has 2 skill trees. There's the primary class skill tree, and then a skill tree that's dependent on that character. So our main character's character-dependent skill tree is a healing tree. So we're going to pick Thief so we can stick in the back lines and heal.
I want to say it's kind of based off of Dragon Age 2, where it was kind of like that.
I think it's based on a lot of things.
Thieves
Fair
are
enough.
weaker than warriors and usually stay in the back row on the battlefield, though if well equipped can sustain some damage. Remember that you can use Lauren's God action to protect any thief or mage positioned in the back row.
I wasn't even going to read that. I'll explain this when we actually get to the battles. You want me to travel with a man? She surveyed the young man more than a bit warily. Males were not well received among the Amazons, and their only function was seen to be as a means to procreate.
We've found a lot of talent in him, Your Majesty. Please, hear him out.
It is an honor to meet you, Princess.
He bowed to her deeply.
He is the son of our strongest warrior and most loyal slave. He has received their greatness and has also demonstrated a talent in healing. There is no doubt that he will be a faithful servant.
Is that true, man? Speak.
Yes, Your Highness.
Still you.
I have served you and Her Majesty dutifully at the Ellipsis.
Move the mouse on the attributes to the left to review a quick help.
So I don't remember exactly what we chose for these.
Royal
Obviously, Royal Palace.
So Royal Palace was our choice here. We served
Yes.
at the Royal Palace.
Royal Palace, specifically in the Queen's service.
Get +2 skill for serving in the Royal Palace.
Ah, you gain +2 skill.
You served my mother. How?
I do anything she asks of me.
Anything. I've not seen you around the palace. My mother already has a personal servant, and he is not you.
Princess, Saren belongs to the Queen's harem. He has proven deep loyalty and obedience.
So
So
yeah,
deep.
we are playing as a member of the Queen's harem. Lauren's eyes grew wide as she took in the man before her.
That face.
She'd never looked at men with hungry eyes before, yet it was not too difficult to see why this one was deemed worthy of her mother's company.
Look at his fantastic anime countenance.
He's so anime. Saren was one of the more handsomer slaves she'd encountered.
That grammar is great.
Really good grammar.
He is among the select men available to Her Majesty if that day were to ever come.
It almost feels like Brezia's trying to convince her to stay.
It is weird, Razio. It is weird. For some reason, Lauren was relieved to hear that this man was yet untouched by her mother, and found a mysterious joy in having him serve her instead. Not creepy.
Wonderful.
Totally not creepy. Your skills of the bedroom are not of use to me, so do not expect me to share the same duties. Saren smirked, used to people treating him a certain way upon hearing his duty, but...
Yes, ma'am.
A tale so epic it cannot be simply told!
What actual use will you be of to me? Saren could not reveal that, at least in his mind anyway, this is totally not canon. His actual service to the Queen was far more illicit, and that his position in the Queen's harem was only a front. Saren was a spy and assassin when he daydreamed in his
Oh,
mind.
she taught him. He could stab all right. I know my way around a battlefield. For the last several annual proving competitions, I have been sponsored to enter and have won many titles. For this year's proving, I was granted top place in the bedroom.
What were we granted top place in? Do you guys remember?
Nope.
I want to say it was.
Chat, do you remember?
I want to say it was Target Challenge.
I think it was Target Challenge. Might have been the Magic Trials, though.
We must have all the skill. We will be the skillist.
All right, chat, vote 2 for Target Challenge and 3 for Magic Trials.
That sword on our hip, just for show. It's a metaphor. It's actually made out of wood.
I don't think you quite understand what metaphor means, dear.
Please don't vote for number 4, because 2 and 3 are tied. So that vote for number 4 could have decided things, but instead we're just tied. Oh, but there we go. Looks like the Target Challenge.
Yes, his skill with the bow and arrow rivals that of an Amazon's.
You
Got
gained
plus
plus
2.
2 skill, and you acquired a small crossbow.
I'll be the one reading those, by the way.
Oh,
Kinu,
okay.
because I'm the narrator.
Oh,
That's the thing.
okay.
Oh, but this is your line.
Not only has he demonstrated superior fighting ability, but he is extremely loyal. Tell them.
I was allowed the honor of accompanying my mistress to the tavern where she was disrespected by several rude drunkards. They were looking for a fight, so ellipsis.
What did we do?
We reasoned with them.
We reasoned with them.
I was able to talk the Amazons down from a fight, reminding them that Queen Karen forbids such brawling, sparing my mistress from any bloodshed. And of course, I couldn't possibly tell them that what they said about her doing the thing with the tongue was totally.
Yes. You got plus 2 will.
It is true. He respected his mistress deeply, as he will respect you. He did not fail to craft a present for his mistress for the winter solstice. Tell her, what was the last gift you made?
I showed my loyalty to her by giving her.
What do we give her?
It was the bow.
The bow? We
Yeah,
gave
we
her?
were going. Yeah, we were going for a hat trick.
It's so epic.
I carved a ceremonial bow to represent my mistress's superior skill in archery to all of the Citadel. She allowed me to use the bow in the proving competitions, earning the envy of all.
Mm-hmm. That bow was the envy of everyone, right? Plus
The
2
proving-
skill with using bows.
I'm cool and manly, right, guys?
These proving competitions never left the palace. She received the gift very well, and I was praised. I was happy just to give her a small emblem of her great strength and wisdom. Unfortunately, even my mighty mistress is not invincible. She succumbed to a grave illness, and in her last days, she called me to her side. She granted me one reward for my service, and I chose Ellipsis.
The Enchanted Ring, because the Enchanted Ring is really good.
Yeah. She granted me her heirloom ring, which was only jewelry to her. I placed it on my finger. I felt a great surge in my magical power.
Alright, plus 2 will and Ring of Speed.
And his loyalty does not end there, Your Highness. Saren has demonstrated an act of a true servant of the Citadel.
I was approached by another slave. Oh dear. They spoke of fantastic lands and cities and life away from the Citadel. I associated with this person to the point that he confided in me a plan to escape from. He wished for me to come with him, and I...
What do we do? I'm blanking on this one, actually. Did we convince him not to escape, report him to the authorities, or refuse but help free him?
I'm pretty sure we convinced him.
Yeah, it's either that or the authorities. Well, we can always roll back, because this game is made in Ren'Py, and you can rewind in it, which Super Great Friend does not know. All of Planet Stronghold also had the rewind feature. You could have changed anything at any point. And I was yelling through the screen the whole time I watched it.
I gotta say, though, this is pretty impressive for a Ren'Py game.
It is. I do admit that. It is. So we can convince him not to escape.
I needed only to explain to him the benefits of staying and how marvelous the Citadel already was. He would have surely been helpless if he left our walls, so I attempted to save his life, and thankfully, he listened. Come on.
Such a skilled tongue will likely be very useful to you on your travels.
Yep. He's
It's
got
like they
one
know.
skill. Yeah, it really is.
It's like they know!
More will. We're so willful. Oh, what did I do?
It will be a difficult loss to let go of a most prized slave. However, I will trust you with no one less, my princess.
All right, are we happy with our choice? We're happy with our choices.
The way his eyes froze.
Are you
Yes.
willing to put your life on the line for my cause?
Without hesitation.
I suppose you will be satisfactory.
Oh, you just...
Lauren demanded an immediate departure, as leaving could not be too soon with her mother missing. Chapter 1. Rescue.
Yay!
You can see our other characters in the background there. There's Gandalf.
Don't look at it,
There's-
it's spoilers! Don't look at the spoilers!
There's Arnold.
There's...
Actually, I saw that's like Ryu in there, right? It's Ryu.
Yeah, Yeah,
which
that's
one?
Ryu. Right there. The
Here?
one right, yeah.
He's from the expansion pack.
Is he Ryu?
He's a ninja tank. He tanks by evading.
Oh, so
I,
he's
um,
he's a Myrmidon from Fire Emblem.
Yeah, basically.
Or
I
a ninja from Final Fantasy XI.
I can't help but notice that that Saren in this shot looks a lot like a character from Free.
So we will be playing on easy.
Mm-hmm.
We will not be hiding suggestive content.
Oh no. That means we'd have to part with Saren's magnificent chest. I'm not
His
prepared to do.
brutal pecs!
You want to try again, Skull? Is that what's happening?
Are we going to get a fourth reader? One for every one of Saren's washboard abs?
They speak to him in the night and tell him how he could totally do better with his life. Saren, you're smart. Saren, you're smart. You're talented. Why are you doing this to yourself?
Well, the general idea is having three other people besides me here at one time would be the regular number, and we could possibly go one over that. So if you want to join in, that would be okay now.
Saren, you're so cool. You're so sexy, Saren. You're a cool assassin, Saren. You're not just a loser. Saren, you're the coolest.
Saren's inner monologue, everybody.
Saren is desperately trying to convince himself that he is not just a piece of meat the Amazons like to look at.
Yeah. Lauren instructed Saren to take care of any business in the Citadel before they left. We can shop. We can shop in towns. Wow.
Wowzers.
And there are potions, and they heal us.
Wowzers.
And stuff. So yeah, there's shop. Unlike Planet Stronghold, there is money and equipment and shops and stuff. We could buy things, but we've only got 100 gold right now. We should probably save it, I think. But what we can also do is mess around with our equipment, and we did get some items there. So we got this fine crossbow. Let's give that. You can just click it to over here and compare. So yeah, it's better in every way except slightly less critical, but whatevs. And then we can give that extra bow to Lauren. She's never going to use it, but why not?
Something to think of me, my dear.
And we've got our wonderful Ring of Speed, which will be very helpful considering we are a healer. This means we will be having turns more frequently and thus can heal more. Lauren, as you can see, is a dual-wielding warrior. She's an off-tank. She's not meant to tank by herself. We've got some potions to start with.
Do you have to equip potions to a slot to use them, or are they just like automatically a group inventory thing?
They are automatically in the inventory.
Yay!
Convenient.
Save mark.
So we're off.
And before we leave, let's drop it on the castle and see what Breza is up to. Saren and Lauren walked up to Commander Breza.
You remain, Your Highness. Have you reconsidered claiming the title of Queen?
Absolutely not. I am preparing for my journey. I do not know how long I will be gone, but my hope is for not very. Again, wonderful grammar.
Of course.
You seem suspiciously eager to forget Queen Karen.
Dun dun dun.
How dare you? You are a slave. You speak when you're spoken to.
God. Silence! He's speaking in my interest. I'm surprised in you too. This is your queen you're dismissing so easily. Do not forget that she will return and will hear of your actions to rescue her. Lack thereof.
Yes, Majesty. I mean only to enforce Amazon traditions, not to dishonor Karen.
Queen Karen. Breza gulped and corrected herself.
Queen Karen.
Shooting a sharp look toward Saren. Moments earlier, Breza had been singing his praises, but now there was an uncomfortable air between the two.
I'm sneering at my computer.
Sneer.
So the theory we had last time was that because Saren is not a super assassin in any way, shape, or form, but is actually a hunk of meat goob, that Breza is intentionally trying to get Lauren killed by sending her out with the essentially, A guy who looks pretty.
That is a theory. It's a possibility. Let's see. So we've got to set this up. It's pretty typical front row, back row stuff. More defense in the back row, less attack unless you're using a ranged weapon. So we'll put Lauren up front, and we'll put Saren in the back.
Oh my.
Upon seeing Saren approach the front gates, Lauren demanded an immediate departure. Oh, hey, Chibi. There aren't any explicit plans, but there's plenty of things we could do tomorrow. It may very well happen. There'll be an after party either way, I'm sure.
We're just doing what we do.
Yep. They would leave the security of the Citadel and cross the plains of Aravorn to search for her mother, no matter how long it took to find her. Also, Chibi, we'd love to have you if you'd like to read at some point.
She said she's
If
not
you're
going to
free
stay
on,
too long.
well, I realize not today, but in the future we would love to have you if you're free on Fridays.
Oh, okay.
The first place to visit was the town of Grimoire in the Human Empire.
Grimoire? You know that's the name of Vincent Valentine's dad?
Really?
Yes, his name is Grimoire Valentine.
Grimoire Mountain.
Saren's first goal was to reach the city of Grimoire, the capital of the Human Empire, which we know that. But it was a dangerous road plagued by goblins and bandits. When they arrived, however, they would be able to begin in their investigation.
Wait, what if there was a goblin bandit?
Oh my god. We'd stand no chance.
We'd be
New quest! Travel to Grimoire!
Wowzers!
We're just
All
racking
right.
up quests.
Lauren and her ally were walking down a road in the middle of the plains en route to the town of Grimoire. Even though Lauren was quiet, Saren knew that she was thinking only of saving her mother. The only clue we have is that my mother's guards have disappeared as well. If we find them, then we find my mother.
What if they're dead? I mean, that's a good plan, Your Highness.
Great save, Saren!
Yes, their relationship was as one might expect between a servant and royalty. Saren quietly followed the princess and would only praise and agree with her when given the chance to speak. He was used to being less formal, but then he had never really served royalty before. I would argue that he served the queen many times. Lauren noticed nothing about this behavior because she was quite used to it.
No, don't you remember? He's untouched by the queen. That's why
Yes.
she felt a
Hey,
mysterious joy.
Thank you,
Hey,
Chibi.
hey.
I appreciate that. I've got the silkiest voice of them all. Oh, silk.
hey, I'm just saying, just because he's untouched doesn't mean that it doesn't mean the other way around.
That's true. That's very true. This is the only way out from the Citadel, so the Queen must have passed by here.
It would be very helpful if there were any witnesses to unusual activity. But Your Highness, may I ask a question?
Lauren glanced at him with a frown. This was the first time he had dared to speak out of turn. If you must, but I cannot promise that I will answer.
Helpful. Why aren't we using a griffin to travel now? They're faster than walking and much safer.
You fool! Aren't you aware of the laws of my people? Saren took a step back, fearful for his life.
Don't hit me, please!
Oh God.
For the most part, yes.
My choice to leave the Citadel took away my privileges. The Griffins are not allowed to me.
Couldn't you change the laws?
As queen, but I am not queen. My mother is.
I see. I am so sorry I asked about your stupid plan, Your Highness.
Now you know. Don't forget it.
I guarantee that I shall not, Your Highness, jerk off motion.
You're so clever, Saren!
They traveled mostly quiet throughout the day until it faded to night. The land ran flat with sparse boulders along the path. Shoulders are the most important thing to protect. Protecting your shoulders is all you need.
Did you ever watch Rurouni Kenshin? The shoulders were one of the kill spots.
It's your line.
This looks like a good place to camp.
Lauren, however, did not stop walking and continued on without a word.
Your Highness.
Keep up.
That look.
Saren sprang up from the ground where he was about to start a fire and hurried after her. Lauren seemed prepared to travel a lot further that night. Saren steeled himself for a very long walk, but he found it more and more difficult to keep his position behind Lauren. She was beginning to walk much slower. Lauren's feet were dragging against the ground rather than proudly stomping ahead like earlier in the day. Saren knew that Princess Lauren was tired.
Well, we should stop for the night and make camp.
My mother is out there waiting for someone to save her. That someone is me. Lauren was not going to stop for even a moment until Queen... Did the music just cut out? Good sound right there, Winter Wolves. Even a moment until Queen Karen was recovered. It was now Saren's job to keep her from sabotaging herself with her own determination. Yes, we'll always have crickets. So the way we'll be handling these choices, and I don't remember what we picked here, so I guess we'll be voting again, probably, for some of these at least. The ones that weren't big choices that we remember. So it just says joking, friendly, or forceful. But here's the thing. We've got rewind, so we can actually see what these say and make an actual decision based on that. So that's what we're going to do. Right. So vote 1 for joking, 2 for friendly, 3 for forceful. It's always going to be just the order that they are listed in. So joking would be...
By the way, you're swerving all around. Either you've hidden a bottle of wine, or you're tired.
Friendly would be...
You're so clever, Saren.
You will be no use to your mother running on no sleep.
You're so thoughtful, Saren.
And forceful would be...
Save her! You will get yourself killed if you're not careful. You're
the smartest guy around, Saren.
So I'm going to request that for the choices, we not make any jokes and just read, unless it's a really, really funny thing and we have to make a joke. But let's try to just read them, because otherwise votes will take longer.
Okay.
So we're tied right now. Everything has 2 votes each. So if someone else could vote, that would be great.
I already voted.
All right. For the record, I think it's common knowledge for those of us who played this before that Saren's jokes are fucking god-awful.
Yeah, Saren, he doesn't know what a joke is.
He knows what a joke is less than Hawk from fucking Dragon Age 2. And that is difficult to believe.
Yeah.
BioWare references.
All right, unfortunately, 2 and 3 are both tied now with 3 votes. So I'm going to start the poll over and just vote for either 2 or 3. So the 2 people who voted for 1, please make the decision for us.
What if one of them votes for 2 and one of them votes for 3?
Oh, Skull, are you changing your vote? We can just do that. That's easier.
Okay.
Skull changed vote from 1 to 2. So we're
Kiss.
friendly.
You'll be of no use to your mother running on no sleep.
Lauren halted and spun around. What did you say to me? Saren knew then that his life was over. He was too used to speaking freely with his previous mistress, and his tongue got away from him.
I'm sure that's not the first time.
Oh, Saren, you and your tongue.
I'm sorry, Princess. What I mean to say is that I'm too exhausted to continue.
Lauren shifted her weight and put her hands on her hips. You?
I am used to hard labor, but I was always granted rest at night by the grace of your highness.
Yeah, I think this is the same choice, Titan. Lauren evaluated him, though only superficially. Deep down, she was more tired than Saren. I had thought you stronger than this. Lauren pushed past him and into the bushy grass. She sat down cross-legged, her back straight and her arms resting on each knee, just like Amazon royalty, because that, as everyone knows, is how Amazon royalty sits.
Indian style?
Yep. Lie down, man. I will give you only a few hours. Do not waste them.
That, again, is not the first time Saren's heard that.
True enough. Getting Lauren to stop was enough for Saren, and he decided not to waste his mistress's generosity. He promptly walked over and laid in the grass next to her, but not too close. Saren woke a few hours later to Lauren calling him. He did not see Lauren sleep a wink. However, Lauren's speed and alertness had improved, letting him know that she might have rested after all.
Lauren sleeps with her eyes open.
I have seen no population since we left. I was told the Grimoire settlement was on this route. Where is it? Is it past that mountain?
Which mountain, mistress?
You see, before us. You've instructed me to walk straight for it.
Princess, that's not a mountain. It is the city of Grimoire.
That's no mountain. Lauren stopped once again to turn to her servant. It is not a city. It is too large.
It is a large walled city, like the Citadel.